Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys what I want to look for the over and under eternal attacker drill. So when we have someone bent over, a lot of times working with the stuff in our hand is very difficult. When we get someone bent over and we're starting this drill, I want you guys to think I'm pinching with my elbow because this guy's trying to stand up. I want to pinch with my elbow so I have one point of contact on this side of his head, one point of contact here. I don't want to drop my hand below him for a couple reasons. If he chose to fall or if I chose to snap him down to the ground, my arm would be underneath of him and he'll pull me down and I could go down with him. The second thing is if I leave my arm down here, this leaves me this gives him something to where he can hold my arm in place and sneak out. So normally with Kettle, he's very good at this, where if I leave my arm like this, Kettle would normally grab my arm, holding it in place, and then he'll try to escape. So go ahead and escape, Kettle. He'll just do that. Happens all the time. So our starting position is elbow against the head, elbow against the head. This other arm is controlling their bicep like this. My other arm is also controlling this bicep. Or sometimes if they have a belt or a brigandine, I'll grab the bottom of their brigandine. So from this position, also, we're not standing straight up when we do this. Be strong for a moment, Kettle. We want our weight on them. I want my head and my shoulder to have weight into him. This is not weight into him. I want him to burden my weight. So I'm going to step out to here and sprawl into him, basically. And I want him to wear my weight. Okay? Third thing, other placement of the arm. I'm controlling this arm like this with my other hand, or the back or the brig. Okay? So 2 points of contact on the head, and I'm controlling both biceps so I can steer him around. I don't need to connect my hands underneath. I'm not trying to choke him, and it just gives him stuff to work with. I found very little situations where actually putting my hands underneath someone's very good. The only exception is when you try to use your weapon as a crowbar. So sometimes you can use your weapon as a crowbar, where I get someone down like, maybe we'll go like this. Sometimes you go like this, and maybe something happens where I can feed my weapon up like this, and I get this position. But this is different because my arm is above him. It's not underneath of him. I don't want to give him this thing to manipulate with. Now, as far as defense goes, Kettle, go ahead and put me in the position. So Kettle has me in this position. I want to get my hands close to my body so that I am able to start fighting his hands. If someone starts, getting their arms underneath, and my arms are out here, he has full control of me. He can do whatever he wants. But as long as I have space here, I can start to create space and open up to be able to move him around, shook him off, and get out. Again, if he puts his arm below my face and I have my hands here, so put your arm underneath Kettle's. If he goes here, I can push his arm down. And what this lets me do is be able to step off to the side and get my head out by holding him in space temporarily. A lot of times it goes like this. I have one arm, I push forward, and as I push his hand down, and I just step out. This is going to be very down and up to get out from underneath of him. Now, as far as attacking goes, because this is an attack and defense game, the objective is if he escapes, he gets to be the attacker. If I take him down, I get to continue to be the attacker. My objective is, because we start like this, once I have control, I'll start like this. Oh, by the way, controlling this tricep, I'm using the pommel of my weapon or my axe to dig into his tricep to control him. Especially with the pommel, I can pull into his shoulder and pull him close to me and underneath me when I want to do a snap down. So, my objective is I have his head. I would ideally love if I was directly centered on him and his head was where my belly button was. That way his weight is underneath of me and I can fully control him. My objective is I really want to keep him straight in front of me, and his objective is to get off to one side and try to escape. So we'll just go live and show you guys how this works. Okay, Kettle, I want you to just do the normal drill and try to escape. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll call start. My partner tells me when he's ready. Kettle, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, ready to go. Good. And he got flying and escaped. Now he wants on the defender. Okay? Okay, I'm ready, Kettle. Ready? Go. And I escaped. And and we just do it again. It doesn't have to be that intense, 50 to 70%, but just think about as soon as the game starts, get your hands and your faculties close. That way, when I'm defending and he's on top of me, I can start using my elbows to push his arms up to create leverage so I can try to escape. If my arm is just hanging out here and not helping me, it's gonna be very hard for me to try to get out. But if I'm like this, I can go like this, I can go straight up, I can shoot forward, all kinds of different stuff. So that's a setup for that game and how you do it. Thanks, guys.